Hi everybody, it's Stephanie. The holidays are here, so let's start the season out with a festive cake that's pretty easy yet also elegant. Let's get started. This cake is inspired by one I saw on Instagram made by Mia Cake Designer. She is so amazing, so be sure to go check out her Instagram page. Let's start by stacking and filling the cake. Since I'm doing a lot of decorating on the sides of this one, I wanted it to be on the taller side. So this one ended up being about 6 inches tall. I do wish I would have added a couple more layers of filling though. I piped more buttercream on the sides to fill in the gaps, and then I did a crumb coat of buttercream, and then I popped it into the refrigerator to chill. This cake is getting covered in green buttercream first, so spoon out a large amount of buttercream onto the cake and then begin spreading it over the top and sides in an even layer. This cake took more than one batch of buttercream, so be sure to have enough ingredients on hand to make 2 batches just in case. I started smoothing it with a large offset spatula first, but I find those hard to work with, so then I switched over to an extra tall icing smoother. Now that it's pretty smooth, I'm putting it back into the refrigerator to chill. To make the stripes, I'm using the other side of my smoother, and you can easily find this online. It's called a stripe cake decorating comb. I like to warm up the comb under running hot water before I start scraping it, and then go ahead and begin scraping the sides of the cake to create the green stripes. After each pass around the cake, you'll want to clean it off, and if needed, warm it back up under the hot water. So just keep scraping and then cleaning off the scraper. I'm almost seeing perfect stripes here, but there are a few holes and imperfections, so I'm adding a little bit more green buttercream in those areas, and then I scrape it a few more times until I'm happy with it. And then it goes back into the refrigerator to chill again. Let's move on to the red stripes. I'm filling a disposable piping bag with red buttercream, and then I cut the tip of the piping bag to about the same size as the stripe. That way there's not too much wasted buttercream. And then start piping the red stripes inside those indentations. It's going to get really messy at this point, but just keep on scraping, and don't forget to clean off your comb after each pass. Just like before, if you see any holes or imperfections in the red, fill those back in and then scrape the sides just a few more times and then clean up that top edge too. The stripes are finished, so put it back in the refrigerator to chill again. While we're waiting for the cake to set up, let's make the fondant snowflakes. I'm rolling out a piece of white fondant with Tyler's powder mixed into it, and I'm using a snowflake cutter to cut out the shapes. This cutter is called a snowflake plunger, and it makes it so much easier to cut than doing it by hand. I thought it would be pretty to cover the cake in edible glitter with this new glitter pump I got from Wilton, and I was spraying it on the cake and I ended up getting more glitter on the counter than on the cake. I liked the product, it was just very wasteful, and I had to go back and even it out with a large brush. Okay, here's the trick I learned from Mia Cake Designer. I am using a satin ribbon and I'm winding it around the cake. If you do not want to use a ribbon for this part, you could also use a strip of parchment paper. Either way will work, but the ribbon is easier. Since I'm using a meringue buttercream, the ribbon was sticking by itself, which was nice. Trim the ribbon at the top to fit, and then stick a toothpick at the very bottom to mark where the ribbon starts. The next step is to completely cover it in a layer of white buttercream. It was kind of scary to do this because I felt like I was covering up all that hard work I did on the beautiful stripes. So I got it covered, and then I did the whole process of smoothing it, chilling it, and then smoothing it again, and then I added some clear sprinkles to look like snow. The really fun part of this cake is removing the ribbon, so just find the end and then carefully start pulling the ribbon out of the cake. This looks so neat, but I think I would have gotten a sharper edge if I'd waited for the buttercream to come down to room temperature before pulling out the ribbon. I'm not sure, so that's just something I'm going to try for next time. To try to clean it up, I ran my spatula along the edges, and I think that helped. The final step is adding the fondant snowflakes. I'll finish with my beautiful striped Christmas cake. I absolutely love how this one turned out. It looks so fancy, but was actually very easy. It reminds me of those fault line cakes that were so popular a couple years ago. Thank you all for watching today, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. If you have any ideas for me, please let me know in the comment section, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye, everybody.